It is pointless to resist.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 271, being recorded on August 7th, 2024. I am your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
And we should be being joined by Ernie, the Fallen
Any
Fett,
minute now.
as soon as he's done over there. Any minute now, Ernie. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so here's your crew for tonight. I know Chris is on vacation and Joey is still working. Maybe he'll pop in the chat here and say hi. But before we get into all the good Star Wars stuff, because we have D23 coming up this weekend in a couple days. Yep. And there's going to be some speculations and what's going on. And we're here to break it all down and see what else is going on in the Star Wars universe. So before we get into all that, Scott, our Shadow Council is in desperate need. It's their darkest hour. They need a shout out. It hasn't been since last Wednesday. They've been shouted out. So take it.
My God. I'm here to help, Shadow Council. I'm here for you. Special shout out to our Shadow Council, the ones that make this all possible for us. AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Brandon and Anya Epler, Brian C. Cliff, Commander Cook, Crystal E., Dennis McGrath, Don the Dad Dorn, Eric Grubb, who is currently in Ireland, that I'm very jealous of.
Nice.
But don't worry, I'm on my way. I'll be there in September.
Just hang tight.
I know, I got to hang tight. And I will be going, I can't go live from there, but I will be doing a video from Skellig Michael, the planet Octo. I'm going to be on that island, so I will record and share with all of you.
Nice.
Anyway, And boy, I wish that was in thanks to the Patreon crew, our
I
shadow,
know, right?
but nope, we're not quite there yet. So again, special shout out to Flavy Davy of the Nerds with Attitude, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude podcast, Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour All Cure podcast, Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Luke, aka Lob Collects, Mervine Bolanos, Matt Logic, Moftak is back, Nicholas Schaefer, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Papa Schmitty, Ryan, and the Star Joe's podcast. So if you want to join the Patreon crew, just scan that QR code right there and, donate a couple bucks. We'd really appreciate it. And if you don't want to do that, we've got super chats. Or just, say hello. We love that too.
Or a like and subscribe goes a long way.
Long way. Absolutely. And then not only those fine folk that are always there for us every month, we've also got Don the Dad Dorn in the chat. We've also got Rhino Hobbies. We've got Mr. Senior Gavin Connor Esquire the Third. He's in there. We've got Lax Sivrak. He's in there chilling out at the cantina, drinking his favorite hooch from Chowman's Cantina. We got Mando Mike out in the middle of nowhere doing something, probably shaking. We had an earthquake yesterday. Yeah. He's around that area. I'm pretty sure it was his fault. I can't. But I'm pretty sure. That and Kevin was in Bakersfield yesterday too. So Kevin and Mike, something threw off the tectonic plates, and we had ourselves an earthquake. And then we got Genobi in there. We've got Felipe Terrazas. We have got Ubaldo T. We've got Basil G, not to be confused with Basil, the worthless rat from Acolyte. That's not this Basil. This is a good Basil. We don't like that other. We don't like that other Basil, but we like this guy. Yeah. So, what's up? Yeah, Mando Mike. He had Taco Bell. We had an earthquake.
We had earthquake. Hey,
I mean, that's shit happens whenever you. Anyway, sorry.
Oh boy. Yeah. So let's get this out of the way really fast.
Sure.
All right. Talking about Basil, not the cool person that's in North Pit.
No, not that awesome rodent thing,
right? Yeah. There's I'm sorry, Julie, about this too.
There are a few trigger warnings for our faithful crew here tonight.
Yeah, and look,
yourselves.
And this might be actually this is something that I wanted to ask the Pit and us and everything if we're going forward with this. So there's a heavy rumor going around that D23 there's going to be some sort of slate or announcements going on, and especially involving Acolyte Season 2 or Acolyte in general. Now, the two avenues that I've heard that have some credibility is definitely a Season 2 is going to be announced as like the maybe an only Season 2, like that's it, one more season, one done. Or the other one is the continuation of Acolyte in the novels. Okay, and that is something that I've heard that they're considering based off the feedback and the, I guess, backlash or whatever, that in order for them to get the story out, they might do it in novel format. And if that's enough to satisfy our needs, but. See here, yeah, Marcus Yee's in here from the Fallen Effect.
Marcus?
Somebody go tell Ernie.
Yeah, don't leave our chat. Just open another window and tell Ernie to get his butt in here. Don't leave our chat though. We don't need that number drop off.
Yeah, yes. So the question is, I guess, what even if you didn't like the series or whatever, is there enough Is there enough there to want the story to be finished, meaning whatever the stranger's doing, whatever Vanestra's doing, and whatever we could do with Plagueis, like to finalize it or propel something else? Do you guys just want to drop it, move on? And that is a way of like leaving up to the novels, because not a lot of people read the novels, and we do. No. We'll read them, we'll consume them, and then we'll put that in our talk. Like, well, in the Acolyte novel, Plagueis did this, right? And is that enough? Do you guys want that to be just like out of sight, out of mind, but the story to continue somewhere else? I guess that's a great way to put it.
That's a good question for the Pit. Personally, we got the tastes of, got a lot of bad taste in our mouth off of the Acolyte, right?
Yeah.
Some of it was damn good. In retrospect, watching the whole thing, some of it was damn good, but some of it was just not. And
it could also could be tied into a season 2, right? That could be. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like not all the questions were answered. Seeing a live action Plagueis, it doesn't matter how we feel about the Darth Plagueis novel, even though it is one of the best.
The best, yes.
It doesn't matter how we feel about it. Not many people have read it,
right.
And you're more guaranteed to get that story or some semblance of that story if it's in live action
100%.
Or animation and I don't want to see what they did with Solo, and that is drop everything and then come back and try to tackle some of those questions in the comic books, which were terrible.
Yeah, because you know what? That opens the door for Disney Plus, Lucasfilm, just to put out something. If it doesn't work, to drop it and move on. Like to continue to do that, right? Like I said, if we force if this forced issue to be like, all right, look, we had a vision of a 2-season or 5-season, but we're going to narrow it down to 2 just to complete, maybe tie it all the loose ends and put it out there for the timeline and for us to consume. Mm-hmm. I think that's a better way of looking at it versus dropping it and the stuff. So, like, for example, if Skeleton doesn't work, they might drop it and we still don't get answers, right? Like Solo and stuff. So I don't know. I almost want to be committed, even if it's something that people are not excited for. I don't because I think there's plenty of other series that Star Wars could propel. You know what I mean? But
agreed. Rhino Hobbies, he is 100% correct right here. The Stranger is the best character from the show. Want to see more of him, not like Osha did, but more of his story. Agreed. Hey, what's up, Ernie?
Ernie!
Hey, guys, what's up?
How you doing?
We are talking about the Acolyte, whether it should continue in a season or novels. And maybe D23 giving us some insight after this weekend. I know that Julie mentioned this, and I mentioned it also. Also, this wasn't by mistake. Hit that like button for the digest. Yes, Julie said, I thought I saw upcoming novel release dates for novels for Acolyte there, and I think it's still in the works, like a rumored. That was part of the rumor that I was seeing. Like, does Acolyte continue in novel format, or does Disney, Lucasfilm, like sit there and go, look, let's just do a season 2 to wrap it all up? Because, like we were just mentioning, the fear of having them put out a series or a movie and never picking it back up, leaving more questions because it didn't work in the public's eye. Maybe something, or just see your vision through and let's have it and now put it on the bookshelf and move on to something else. But at least we have answers. At least we have content. And I think that's my personal belief, is it's more important to have content rather than leaving it, because that destroys Star Wars in general, right? That kind of like doesn't put no faith in Star Wars stories. If they just
totally agree with you. Yeah. Definitely, for sure. What's up, Pitt? I definitely think that we should have some type of content out there. It's just like how I was just talking about right now with Book of Boba. This sucks.
Yeah, I agree, man.
That was honestly our first one to start getting hate about a show, right?
Yes.
And I will call it hate, criticism, whatever you want to wrap your head around. And here we are, no talks of anything. There wasn't no novel, comic books,
right?
Anything.
Dropped it like a bad habit.
Yeah. And that's what really sucks. And you can't do that because of the time that we're in. You can make it work somehow. Like I had just mentioned, we should do, even if you do the Book of Fennec Shan, even if you do something, you tie him back in, but don't leave it like that.
You mentioned something
with Acolyte.
You mentioned something on your Fallen Fett Chronicles today, and I was like fist pumping, going, they even put those characters, intertwine them in other series. Yes. Like you said, Boba Fett. Okay, fine. Don't give us a Book of Fett, but let's see him intertwined now in the bigger story, or come back to it, or something like that. Because again, for us, we don't want to leave those doors open too much, because again, I think if you give Disney and Lucasfilm that out where it's like, look, it doesn't work, they drop it, move on to something else, you're going to have such an incomplete, incoherent timeline that's just going to be jumbled.
Imagine what would have happened if the backlash after the Phantom Menace hit stopped George Lucas in his tracks from creating Attack of the Clones Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Well, thank God we weren't in the technical age that we are now.
Right.
Because I think that would have happened.
It was in the beginning stages, because I remember Attack of the Clones was the first one that I got to see the trailer online before I got to see it anywhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it was just, social media wasn't a thing. So we didn't have, we didn't even have freaking, it was MySpace back then. It was literally like message boards and
forums.
Mm-hmm. It was still the local comic shop. You'd go talk about, can you believe what we just saw at the, online?
Yeah, definitely we would. But then, message boards were blowing up, like you said. And even then it was still 50-50 back in the day, as you don't get it or let him work or whatever it may be. But that's where I'm at now. Like we've always had this and experienced it. And Disney has to realize that you can't just throw something away, stay committed to it. Go ahead and do it. And with that being said, Acolyte comics then or something. The popularity around the Stranger was everywhere. So then tie your story off of that. And you gave us our little sneak peek.
Here's the thing, too. We've got D23 coming up, and I know Manny, who played the Stranger, I believe he has a panel almost unto himself at this thing where he's going to be, he's going to have all these conversations. Yeah, you don't do that with a character as popular as him and just drop it, right?
Right.
So, and then just to because I saw this image floating around again, and I know this is fake, so just be warned. This is a fake image. This is not. It looks pretty freaking.
It looks great, right? Yeah.
Darth Plagueis here, but this is not real. So if you see this and you see season 2, nothing has been confirmed yet. So just
that's what. Beware. And like I said, there's 2 avenues. There's 2 avenues that I can go to, and again, it's the importance of how we consume Star Wars. So I know the mass majority, I would say 100% consumes it on Disney Plus and theater visual content, but then there's also the small percentage that consumes novels and comics that we do get snippet. We get kind of a small little lore here and there, but nothing lore breaking. You know what I mean? But something like introducing Plagueis and then dropping it, and then all of a sudden we have novels of it. And the Stranger and Ocean, like what's that's going to go? I think it might be a little disturbing. Yeah.
What if we got not necessarily an Acolyte season 2 continuing the story from where it was, but what if we get a prequel to it? What if we get this is the story of how Khmer, if that's his real name, became the Stranger? What if we see him thrown out of the Jedi Order by Vernestra and we see Plagueis there to pick up the pieces? Yeah. I mean, if you did a full-on dark side story that gave his backstory, I think that would go a long way to redeem the series.
Yeah. Also, this is a good point too. Gavin Connor says maybe use animated series to finish the storylines. A bit weird, but frees up a lot of resources and time. And I think people share this sentiment too. Instead of putting all that money, $180 million was the Acolyte budget, right? And all that stuff. Let's go with a smaller team or smaller budget. You can still get the story out there, even if it's animated. But then they use those resources for something else that people were actually like the people were actually like striving for Grogu, Mando, Ahsoka, stuff like that. So that, in a business sense, I think a visual media is important now. Animated, I probably would take. It would be kind of weird to kind of like get us from live action to animation and make it a cohesive story. That might be,
No, you know what I want to see? I want to see Acolyte in the style of the original Clone Wars animation.
Oh yeah.
This prequel that you're talking about, or stories of the Stranger, in that sense, those little ones and telling
vignettes.
That would be legit, dude. Yeah. Like, oh my god. Okay, let's put it together.
Yeah. Marcus, I'm new here. Well, thank you and welcome. And I haven't finished the Acolyte. Okay, but with the Crimson Dawn continuing the plot point from the Solo in the comics, do you think the comics will work better for Acolyte characters? I don't know. Because I was just gonna say, I think what the series set up, I think it's what a lot of people have a problem with in general. So I don't know if having a different medium will help the characters. I think that we just need to finish the story on those characters. And maybe as like OSHA could be wrapped up really fast because they can really wrap up the stuff they got in season 1 and then got right back into Plagueis and how he found Palpatine and how he found Maul, or, you know, like kind of taking those Plagueis book and insert it and just having the events of the Acolyte season 1 as just a preface, you know, a prequel in a sense of creating life from midichlorians. You know what I mean? And Plagueis is where he's been and stuff like that, where the Sith have been. You don't really need to continue those stories as important, but at the same time, I think the background static that's happening, I think that's what's more important. I put up a poll here, right? Go ahead and do this, but I put up a poll here. I'm gonna hit start this poll now. See if it goes. I hope it goes.
What?
Yeah.
What? How'd you do? It's magic.
It's magic.
It's like magic.
So I'm gonna pull the while you go ahead and continue, Scott. Let's have the pit there. Find out what they're wanting in an Acolyte continuation.
This is freaking amazing. I love this. Great job, Mooch. This is awesome. I honestly feel like as the only person here that in this chat or in the group that reads the comics currently, I do not think that the comic, this is going to sound very shade throwing like I'm a huge dick, and I don't mean to, but
yeah, sure.
The writers in the comic realm of Marvel Star Wars, they're not that great right now, and I would like to see I would like to see some fresh blood. Okay, so if they were to continue it in the comics, I don't want to see the current writing staff writing it. I want to see somebody new at the helm. Just like if they were to continue the Acolyte in season 2, I wouldn't mind seeing a new showrunner. You know, somebody who isn't going at it with and I know that's a tough sell.
Well, because you know, I guess on paper and business standpoint, it can, like I know a lot of people will say scrap the creatives at the helm. The actors are fine. Scrap those guys, have a new team because of the bad taste in everybody's mouth that they put in before it came out, right? So, you know, but I don't know. I'm a big believer of finish what you started kind of deal. You know, I know that sometimes the sequels are a perfect example. I mean, J.J. Abrams put it out there. Someone else came in there, did something else, and he came back and tried to fix it. So if it was one cohesive person doing it, I think, you know, it would have came out a little different. Yeah, it would have came out different than what we got. Yeah. So maybe it would even be even worse if someone took over the Acolyte. I don't know. Again, this is spitballing, guys. You know,
and I don't know who Mando Mike is talking about. He doesn't have any non-Star Wars friends. Mando Mike doesn't have any friends. I mean, it's just us.
Yeah, big liar over there.
Yeah. No, I like the results are interesting. It is a 47% to 47% split with 15 votes right now.
15 votes, half say yes, half say no. And of course, a continuation of novels only. I'll let that run for a little bit and see. But it's just taking the pulse of like where the talk can go again, because D23, it might happen because again, Manny has this as a panel on Saturday. It's on Saturday, which the big showcase as far as all the IPs is going to be Friday from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So Disney, Lucasfilm, Marvel, all those things that from 7 o'clock at the Honda Center in Anaheim, they're going to do the Disney showcase, which we should have the slate or whatever Disney Star Wars is going to be announced is going to be Friday. And it's interesting that Manny has a panel on Saturday, and it is going to be about his experience as a stranger, but also, you know, how those things go from our past. I mean, we've seen all these things from day one. A lot of it is like, well, since Acolyte season 2 has been announced, now how are you preparing for the, you know what I mean? So there is certain things that people are reading in between the lines a little bit.
Marcus Yee here, low-key concerned that Disney will use Kamir's character to death given his popularity, aka like Grogu, right?
Yeah.
You see Grogu everywhere. I think he's dope, but I don't want to see him overused.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I agree, but there's a fine line because you also see Darth Vader everywhere. You see Darth Vader's helmet everywhere. So there's a fine line. But
yeah, but this is also the time. Again, this is the time where the Sith are not supposed to be there. I still think that we talked about this so many times. I still think that there's room for the Stranger to break off from a Sith and be the Knights of Ren, and I think I hope that's what the direction it goes to, and I think it needs to be visual. I think a lot of people, if it's visual, they'll like what season 1 sets up. Continue that, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see about the Acolyte.
The Gray Jedi here, Gray Jedi 22. He says the Acolyte proved what he said all along. Dave Filoni is so overrated. Mandalorian was all Favreau.
Gasp! Clutch my pearls.
I know, right?
But Dave Filoni had nothing to do with the Acolyte. I mean,
I know.
He just
other than
kind of
answering a couple questions. Yeah.
He basically, I mean, so when the Acolyte was slated, it was 2 years before the announcement of Dave Filoni even taking over the creative writing team. And yeah, he gave his nod of approval, but I don't think he had any input. He's nowhere in the credits, in the entire Acolyte credits, even past that horrible pop song. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Well, yeah. The Acolyte's a funny thing because I had such high hopes for it. Then I was expecting a different reaction from the fan base. You guys know how I feel about it. I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was the best thing ever, but I thought it didn't deserve the hate it got. Because I can headcanon around certain characters like Basil and Osha, and because again, I'm like, well, it's about the Stranger and what he can continue, and now Plagueis, and now Vernestra and Yoda, right? So, let's see.
And it's what the kids these days call mid. It is a mid series. It's not the greatest thing ever. It's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
it's perfectly there. Now, stark contrast, I enjoyed watching it. I had my issues with it, but I enjoyed watching it week to week. My wife, on the other hand, didn't hook her at all.
Yeah, I've heard that too from a lot of people. Yeah. It just didn't grab them. And
she's a Star Wars fan, so yeah.
Joey is checking in, and he said he's Mike's friend. So,
what up, Joe?
Mike, there's one. You
dick. God.
Eileen with Darth Butcher, Dewey season 2, but better writers and a well-tied plot. Not all over the place, back and forth for me. It always a strong plot line. That's the thing, right? I say commit to one season. Don't commit and open-end it. One season, 8 episodes, every episode, tie it all in, and let's leave it behind. But again, I feel like it's important to tie it all in, but then you can move on from it, right? The saturation of the Stranger, is it because it's just too cool, would only be in probably novels and comics if they go that route. And the toys, of course. You'll probably have 5 versions of Khmer and the Stranger by the end of this year. So,
I'd like one.
Yeah, just one would be great. He's the last one to be pipelined or announced, and we still have Hazcon. I think he's the last one, if I'm not mistaken, because
maybe we'll see it.
Telnaka was announced. Yeah, so
for what?
For action figures wise, as far as Black.
F all their Black series.
He's the Khmer is the last one.
There's still no Carson Teva, and I will fight for Paul till the end.
Hey, you are preaching to the choir. We're all there, and
How are we getting a Basil and still?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Come on.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. They committed. See, that's the thing. Hasbro committed.
X-Wing pack. You can do an X-Wing pack. You can do.
Dude, we got a multi-pack of X-Wing fighter pilots.
Yes, and he still wasn't there.
Like him.
Yeah.
Still wasn't there at all. But if you are looking for that Captain Carson Teva merch, he has his buckets. And Scott, I was just going to text you today. This reminds me, I forgot. Hot Wheels. What is their series called with their Star Wars ships?
Oh yeah, the little diecast ships. Yeah.
Yes, he has a ship in there.
Hey, good for him.
It's labeled Captain Carson Teva's X-Wing.
Well, he's getting some love. That's good.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So if you see that, I need that, please, fellas.
Well, you know that Ernie knows he's in the Grogu Mando movie, and I
don't know.
I tried to get him slipping, guys. I tried.
I don't know.
Just real fast
this weekend.
Yeah.
Wait till
So
you
the
see that
pit
poster.
has spoken. Yeah, the pit has spoken. The majority says no continuation of season 2. Probably just no continuation of the Acolyte in general. And then, but we have a close yes, and then a very, very, very small with the continuation in a different format, such as probably the novel. So, thank you guys for voting. I'm going to end that poll right there. So it kind of gives you a taking the pulse of it. I thought it'd be way more lopsided. I thought it'd be way more no's than yeses anyway.
Same.
Yeah.
I have a request, and that is everybody, if you've got an Instagram account, there is a certain at Mr. Stevie 18. You can go talk to me, send Mr. Stevie 18 a message saying, we need a Carson Teva figure.
Yeah. Nice words only, but I'm not your judge on how
words.
you deem what a nice word is. So
That's right. Listen, you're right, Pratt. Give us
that's what we should do,
Teva.
Ernie. Like hashtag a Carson Teva, like no more buying until Carson Teva, right? It's like that's it.
Okay,
I
that's
do
not
it
gonna
on.
happen.
I do it on all of the lives that they have and the everything, because we've had interviews done and everything with them, and their go-to answer is always, well, you just let us know. We listen to the fans all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not, of course, I'm super biased, but
right.
It's everybody is at their collection. We're all collectors. And if you have a figure that is a staple in every series right now, that should be a go. Dude, and then even saying that, you showed this at Comic-Con, and you showed again, what's his name? The little tiny dude.
Basil.
But no stranger, no nothing.
I mean, Julie's saying right here, it's a great character with so much potential. More Carson, please. But more importantly, he's in 3 of the series. Ahsoka,
everything but Andor.
Mando, Book of Fett.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an essential.
Everything
he's not just
Andor.
a great character. He's an essential character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's the Nick Fury. He's the Nick Fury of Star Wars.
Of the Mandoverse. Yeah.
So
it's cool. You gotta come on, guys. You gotta make his figure. But yeah, if you guys could help me out with that, I need that Hot Wheels now.
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
How do we get that Black Series Two-Face Beaver? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Before the Stranger.
Right.
I thought we were gonna see a Stranger too, and then I thought it was gonna be a cool Stranger, like removable cloak.
Yeah.
The helmet, the messed up hair. Yeah. Yes, that's what I wanted to see, and then we got nothing.
I know. Yeah. Joey's saying yes to a season 2, only if they trash and burn the twins and revolve the rest of the story around the Stranger Plagueis. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They honestly could shift gears into like taking the book and getting really close to it. I think that's what we all want. Honestly, I think that's what we all want. We at this point in Star Wars has been going on since as far as content 2017. Right? 17.
Nonstop.
Or 15. Sorry, 15. Sorry, 2015. Disney Star Wars.
Rebels was the first thing that dropped. So whenever Rebels,
it's been we're going on almost 10 years here, and at this point, let's adapt a novel. Let's adapt it, like straight up adapt it. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to do your own thing. Just throwing that out there, because sometimes it's just not working, right? So
So Rebels debuted in 2014. So we have now had a decade of Disney content for Star Wars, right?
Yeah. No One Watches Artie's on in the pit. They benched Jar Jar after episode 1. They kind of did, and that was peer pressure from Lucas to say, look, I had a bigger role. It reduced his role to what we got in 2, and then very reduced his role in episode 3. So I mean,
but look where we are now. We got that Lego.
So we got Lego coming this fall. Yeah.
Right.
Super excited about that.
So here's a question, and this is going to this might again trigger some folks, right? So there was a lot of Jar Jar hate back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Back in '99, there was a lot of Jar Jar hate, and Lucas caved to that peer pressure.
Yeah.
Lucas reduced that role, right? Okay, Jar Jar was still the one who gave Palpatine all the power, right? He's still the one who gave Palpatine those extra powers for the war, right? But otherwise, he kind of disappeared, other than the Clone Wars. since then, there has been a major uptick in people showing love and support for not only Jar Jar Binks, but the prequels as a whole.
Right.
To the point where they've brought back, we now have Darth Jar Jar. We've got Ahmed Best playing different characters. We've got him actually being welcomed back into the Star Wars fold with open arms, right?
Yeah.
What are the and I know what the initial reaction to this is going to be. Where everybody is yelling at the Acolyte actors right now. They're not happy with the way the Acolyte went. What happens in 20 years? What happens in 25 years once we've had more content? Will there be a resurgence? Will people just calm the fuck down and watch it for what it is? Or will there be a resurgence in popularity of this stuff?
Yeah. The test is with the sequels, right? The test is with the sequels and
nothing could save those.
I'm saying that there's we had this talk in our private chats and all that stuff too. Is about like there are aspects of the sequels, now, not the whole thing, that are just like kind of like unforgivable, meaning like it's horrible for Star Wars. It makes no sense, blah, blah, blah. But then there's other aspects that are like, okay, maybe if we look beyond some of those, we can probably maybe bring it up, especially if they start making the content around the sequels that are going to change it. You know what I mean? Like, the
Clone Wars.
I mean, the original trilogy
Clone Wars
is changed too, in a way.
And the Clone Wars changed the prequels.
Yeah.
Saved the prequels, helped the prequels, helped expand on that lore, helped make it give it more weight, if you will.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's always that. There's also always that possibility. I did hear that, I saw this report that Disney Plus, not just Star Wars, but Disney Plus as a whole, is finally profitable after 5 years. Like they're in the black now. Like they've actually started to, and that's a good sign, Now I'm not breaking it down by IPs on what's working, what's not working. It's just that it took them a long, 5 years to go, okay, this is something that's going to be going forward. Now we all know that they're shifting gears in Star Wars in 2026 with movies, right? Mm-hmm. We all know that they're doing that, and we still have Skeleton Crew, we still have Andor too.
Should I bring up the graphic?
Yeah, go ahead, because like this is important to kind of go on about a slate of future stuff. Now, this is a graphic that we put together. Scott put together.
Credit where credit is due. I found the initial graphic on Reddit, and I made some changes due to what has dropped and what is updated for it. Yes. Yeah.
Now there are some canceled projects on here. Mm-hmm. On the movie side, I don't know about
what
have
we got. Let's run it down real quick, because I mean at the top we've got Star Wars: Heir to the Empire, and this is where I kind of take umbrage. We don't necessarily know that is happening. As Heir to the Empire. I know I kind of look at that as the Dave Filoni movie, right? Because there is a Dave Filoni movie coming out, and it is not related to Mandalorian and Grogu, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because Ernie was talking about this on his show too. It's like Jon Favreau he's directing the Grogu Mando movie written by Filoni. But yes, there is this, and I think we're putting the spotlight on Heir to the Empire.
Just because those words were uttered. Yes.
Right. I don't think it's been like, hey, they're doing an Heir to the Empire movie. Dave Filoni. No. And it was a movie to bring it all home. Bring it all, the climatic movie to bring everything that we've witnessed in the past 10 years of Disney Plus and movies, or probably more than that. And then usher in a new generation of Star Wars, whatever. So that's being worked on, but probably after Grogu Mando, And then we go way back. Oh no, we go forward 15 years past the sequels to the New Jedi Order, which is dubbed the Rey movie. Now we know this is going through hiccups on writing and creating and stuff like that, but it's still in development. I think Daisy Ridley was reported talking about it, like, hey, we're just anxious to get started, Droid Story, I think it's been scrapped completely. Like, I don't think no mention, nothing.
Yeah, it was in this graphic, and we've got D23 coming out, so I didn't pull it off just yet, because you know what? Maybe an announcement will come.
Well,
no announcement will come.
You leave it up. Yeah, you're right. Until it's dead in the water. Just like the Lando series, which we'll get to in a second. But because again, it's not dead in the water, but it's dead somewhere. We know that Mandalorian Grogu is 100% a go. It's already in. I don't know if it's post production at this point. If they're
it's It's pre-production, and they did I believe.
Pre.
A week of filming with what's his name that plays.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. Yeah. So, and I'm assuming because he's about to start filming Fantastic Four, they pulled him in to do some scenes, which I assume probably means he's got an unmasked moment, and they probably did some voiceover work. Maybe.
Sure. Yeah. So we know that's 100% coming down the line and slated for 2026. And we don't know if that's late in the year because there's 2 movies slated for 2026. And I believe the new Jedi Order was one of them. That's just don't hold my feet to fire on that. But the one of them is May of 2026 and one December. So we get double year. So Dawn of the Jedi is the 35,000 years prior to the events of Battle of Yavin, right? So 35,000 years before the events in the Dawn of the Jedi, which is Mangold's movie.
Is that Mangold's? I left Sean Lee. I put Sean Levy, James Mangold, and Taika Waititi at the bottom there because I wasn't sure which one was attached to who and which one still has a movie.
Yeah, James Mangold movie is tied to the Dawn of the Jedi because I remember the 3 directors standing on stage. Filoni, James Mangold, and the woman who's doing Jedi Order. And I'm sorry, I don't know her name because I don't know if she's still attached to it. But and he was definitely attached to the Dawn of the Jedi. Sean Levy and Taika Waititi again. Those are those things where it's like, they have a green light to kind of produce something, but nothing is coming about.
Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy is the current director. Yes. Chinoy is the current director of the new Jedi Order.
Yeah. Lando got some press this week. It's only because the series writer, when Lando was supposed to be a series, I guess did an interview and he said that he was heartbroken that the series was shelved and he put so much work into it and all that stuff. And then a lot of people said that Lando was canceled, which is not the case. Donald Glover and his brother still have the reins on the Lando movie. It turned into a movie. And it's basically on their discretion and their timeline when they're available to do it. So again, I think we'll never see the light of day on Lando. I think that'll
I don't think so either.
A casualty. I really do. Yeah. And of course we go into the TV shows where most of the stuff has been done. It's already done. Yeah. Like it's been there. We got Skeleton Crew and Andor, which is going to tie it all up. Ahsoka season 2, we haven't heard anything about, but we did get confirmation it is coming. Ahsoka season 2 is coming, so that's not a worry. We talked about the Acolyte 2 and where that's going to go. Andor season 2 is it. No more after this one. I'm anxious. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Yeah. Maybe in D23 we'll get something. Sizzle reel. It's done. It's been in the can for how long now, right? It's like,
it was originally supposed to drop this year, and I think my thought, and this is just my hot take on it, is that I think having both the Acolyte and Andor in 1 year was too much dark. Yeah, I think they wanted to lighten it up a bit with the Skeleton Crew, and then next year we'll get hit again.
It also buys them time. Yeah, it also buys them time because 2025 was looking a little bleak with Star Wars, right? So maybe they, because of writer strike too, they kind of like, hey, this is our opportunity to push things further, keep people subscribed, keep people interested. There's so many different things. Yeah.
Also, the talk of the cast of Andor and how it's expanding, to include Ben Mendelsohn returning as Director Krennic, and K2SO, of course, is going to be in it. So, just those conversations have got me so pumped for Andor. You have no idea. Actually, you do know. I was gonna say you have no idea, but you absolutely.
Oh, I'm there with you, man. Marcus, I don't know how I feel about Taika Waititi doing a Star Wars project. I'm with you. I don't think.
Agreed.
I don't think he's. Serious enough to make something that's not just a Love and Thunder in Star Wars. I really do. I don't think he's disciplined enough, man.
I don't think he has a serious bone in his body.
No, honestly, and that can get old real fast. I think that's my problem. Yeah.
The screaming goats were great the first and second time, but after the seventh time, I was ready to rip my ears off. So.
Yeah.
Now, Mandalorian season 4, I put a question mark in there because there's some
back and forth on that, right? There's some people are saying the Grogu Mando movie is season 4, and then some people are saying no, it's not. There'll be a season 4 to wrap it up. you know, along back in when season 2 was premiering, Ernie and I know this because we were talking to somebody who was kind of directly involved in it, said that they had 5 seasons, 5 written, like as far as the outline and the plots written. Yeah. And after that, they don't know where they were going, but they had enough for 5. And maybe because of slates changing and whatever, they decided to go wrap it up with a Mando Grogu movie. Now, that's another question to ask. How do we feel about that? If it's Mando Grogu is it, and we don't get any more past that, first only we get maybe like what Ernie was saying, like a Boba Fett cameo, we get a Mando cameo and a Grogu moving forward. I don't know, man. I think Mando is a staple in Star Wars these days. And I would love that to kind of continue to 10 seasons, you know?
I can neither confirm nor deny that comment that Moocher made.
Well, I was there. So, and you were
the words speaking by Darth Moocher, but maybe he's right.
Yeah, maybe he's right. Yeah.
So and that was going to be my question. You know, if there were 5 seasons originally planned, and this, you know, this movie's coming, with the movie and the Heir to the Empire, you know, things shift as things evolve, right? Yeah. I know for a fact that I don't know for a fact, but I'm assuming that as Mando went along and Ahsoka was introduced and these movies, these shows branched off, things evolve, right? The story evolves, things change. Maybe not necessarily 5 seasons, but I was seeing maybe the Mando and Grogu would be a season 4, and then the Mandalorian season 4 would be what that season 5 was going to be. Yeah. But now we've also got a Heir to the Empire, whatever that may be, you know, whatever Dave Filoni's movie is going to be.
Yeah. I know there was some evolution. I know there were some comments about Dave Filoni and actually not just in our pit. It's been like I've seen some out there in the ether too. It's about, you know, a lot of people are putting too much stock into Dave Filoni and all that stuff. And I kind of remember a comment that Dave Filoni made, and I think it was after Mando season 3, when he was developing Ahsoka, and he said that they figured it out. I got his words. They figured it out. It's all comes together. We know how to move. We know how to do this in a bigger world, and that's why he said we're going to culminate that to a Heir to the, you know, we're saying Heir to the Empire movie, a Dave Filoni movie that brings it all home. So all the events of Ahsoka, Mando, Book of Fett, everything was going to be in this epic 1-part, 2-part movie. Who knows? But I don't know. I kind of like that comment, that confidence of doing it and say, look, we know where this is going, because when this first started out, they didn't know, and it showed, and we gave them the benefit of the doubt, and it backfired in the fans' faces and Disney's faces
in the sequels. Yeah. And it, regardless of what Great Jedi 22 said earlier, in Filoni, I still trust. I still have a lot of trust and a lot of faith in Dave Filoni. So, but I will put a caveat on that, in that Dave Filoni's best work is when he is teaming up with somebody else. Because Dave Filoni wrote the majority of Ahsoka, and I really enjoyed Ahsoka. Yeah. But Dave Filoni co-wrote with Simon Kinberg Star Wars Rebels. He co-wrote with I've been drinking, so I lost his name. Jon Favreau. He co-wrote with Jon Favreau The Mandalorian, right? And we've got some of the most epic Star Wars stuff ever. Better than the Ahsoka series. I love the Ahsoka series, don't get me wrong, but I love The Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 better. And I love Rebels. I fucking love Star Wars Rebels. That's so in Filoni, I trust, but his best work is done whenever he teams up with somebody and
I mean, the reason why we put a lot of stock in Filoni is because of that round table from Mandalorian season 1, when he basically schooled Kathleen Kennedy. Everybody was sitting on that table, and we were all, as fanboys, just going like, that's exactly what I would say. You know what I mean? He's speaking because he knows that lore, right? And but sometimes you might understand the lore, but now you're in the charge of creating the lore. And I think that's where a lot of us have maybe different ideas, you know what I mean? Like a long time, we were talking about this before, like, you know, if we all were tasked with like, hey, everybody here gets to write their own Star Wars story and submit it to Lucasfilm and whatever. And I guarantee you, none of us would like anything that we all wrote. like as a whole. We might like aspects, but I think like Scott, you're way off on this, man. And you would say the same thing. I mean, because we all have like these different kind of perspective and experiences and that understanding of certain characters that we want to maybe propel to the forefront. So I think like when we start to create lore, that's where the problems are having it. And right now Star Wars is in that mode of creating lore. You know what I mean? So that I mean, it is something to kind of like unpack, because we all grew up with Star Wars as Star Wars being there. I mean, my experience, it was there. It was not something that I was anticipating. I just like woke up one day and was there. You know what I mean? It's like, boom, we had Star Wars. Even though I was 7 when the last movie, or when Return came out, but I don't remember ever anticipating it wasn't the thing. It was like, I don't remember a time without Star Wars, And so now we're tasked with,
unlike me, who's old as fuck.
Well,
remembers a time before, right? I remember the before times, and I never want to go back there. I want.
Yeah. So I mean, there's something to be said with that. Like, we're never gonna agree with everything Dave Filoni, and he's the story.
He's the heir apparent.
I'm sorry, Dave. Moocher said that, not me. Go ahead.
But, wait, Dave. I said we all, but I'm with you, man. I'm on Team Dave. So send. Okay,
Dave. I did say that in Filoni I trust. So there you go.
He did.
He did. He did. All right.
But I also did say that he's best when teamed up with somebody. So
he did. Yeah. He's like, what? I did this by myself.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
Lunch is going to be awkward this weekend, but
it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
Hashtag Carson Tiva. All right. So
are you going to D23?
As of right now, no.
No. Okay.
Do I have an inside spot? Yes.
Okay.
So I'll let you know all the news.
Our man on the floor, Ernie the Fallen Fat.
We'll see.
I so that was all the projects that were, I think, up in the air right now, and we did we were okay. So we have
it's
this.
So funny when D23 happens and they scrap that whole board we just showed. They're all This is
again. I'm going to share an image. Trigger warning again for some of you. I know this might affect some of you, but bear with me. So, talk about a slate where things have changed.
Yeah.
Trigger warning. Rangers of the New Republic is. Hey, what's up, Mooch? What's going on? Rangers of the New Republic.
Your ad here, is that what I'm thinking? Like, put your ad here. Sorry, that was just
Sarlacc Digest right there on your forehead. Yes, Rangers of the New Republic is dead as a doornail. Right, it is gone.
Yeah, and good riddance.
And again, we have not heard anything about Rogue Squadron. It was on, then it was off, then it was on, then it was off, and now it's like in limbo. We have no idea what is happening there. But man, that Willow series, I tell you.
I'm glad it was never. They actually like burned it and they buried it in a landfill. They were so disappointed. It was, and I agree with it.
Where's the indie stuff?
This
that was the movie.
This right here is a 2022 slate from D23. Okay, so in 2022, this is what we saw was coming from Lucasfilm at D23, and this is the slate we got, right? And out of this, we did see visions. This is Mandalorian season 2 right here.
Stop it, Joey.
Ahsoka. What's Joey doing? That Willow is the best.
He said that Willow was the
best. So Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Visions, Willow did come out, regardless of how we feel about it. The Bad Batch, Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Acolyte, and Indiana Jones. So out of all of these, we lost whatever the hell Children of Blood and Bone was. Rogue Squadron. A droid story, and Rangers of the New Republic. That's for Disney, even in the before times when Lucas owned Lucasfilm, he would put things out there and throw it to the wayside as well.
Yeah.
So like,
there was a lot.
There's
a lot of scrapped stuff going on, but we always said, hey, let's not put those titles up unless it's in production. And I think I like that because then we have something to talk about. Yeah, and then we don't get the comments of, oh, they cheated us on this, or something that was never something that was never ever really meant but a title. We were cheated out of so much, and I just rather not, like, said, out of sight, out of mind. I don't really want to know what they're thinking on paper. Just put, if it's something that they like, yeah, we got a director tied to it, we've got a script, we've got a budget, that means it's greenlit, let's go, and do it right. Like I'm always about quality over quantity anyway. We all know that, and I think everybody agrees on the Star Wars front, yeah.
Here's something that you might not agree with.
Yeah. I don't think aggressively relaxing agrees with it either. So
Willow was great. Give Warwick his show back. I am all for giving Warwick Davis his own show, but it was not that thing.
No, that was.
I couldn't even make it past the second episode. So, and I watched Resistance for all of you people, and I couldn't make it past episode 2 of Willow. So, no, and I have a mantra that I will give everything 3 episodes before I quit on it. I could not give Willow the 3rd episode.
Yeah. And Disney, I mean, they didn't just pull it, they destroyed it. It's nowhere to be seen, like gone. Willow went into the vaults, never to be seen again, like Songs of the South.
Exactly.
It's that bad.
Zippity doo dah.
But chances are, again, so this Friday at 7:00 to 9:00, they have the Disney showcase, and that's going to be where Lucasfilm comes in, Kathleen Kennedy, and they will announce. It's a showcase. They're going to announce, and they'll probably say, "Hey, we got Andor season 2, we got Skeleton Crew, we've got the Mando Grogu, everything that's been whatever." And I'm thinking there will have some surprise slates, but these surprise slates could be stuff that we've been confirmed on. Maybe the Mangold movie, a title. I know we say Dawn of the Jedi. But I don't know if that is the official. That's the time frame. The Dawn of the Jedi was the time frame. The New Jedi Order was the time frame for Rey's movie. That's not what they're called, unless that's what they call it, right? And I mean, they very well could call them, but it's not. Wasn't 100%. It was Dawn of the Jedi was the era.
That makes sense, though. I mean,
it does 100% cool. Because it makes sense to everybody. People won't even have to guess. We're like, where's it? Oh, it's the Dawn of the Jedi. Got it right. Yeah. New Jedi Order. Oh, I get it. It's after everything. So yeah. The pits agreeing with the Willow. It's just not good.
Most of them.
We'll see what now that's a Lucasfilm thing. Again, that's why they threw Indiana Jones in there and Willow and that other one.
And so that Blood and Bone thing,
I don't see Indiana Jones doing anything anymore.
No, it's done. They could absolutely do an animated Indiana Jones series. We've seen people do Indiana Jones animated shorts and stuff like that. They've been epic. So if they wanted to continue that, I'd buy in. I'd buy in whole hog. But I do have one question regarding that slate that I created or that I borrowed and messed around with, and that is the games, because I don't know much about. I'm not a gamer, so I don't know much about the games. Outlaws, I know, comes out at the end of this month, right? August 30th.
Yep.
I do not know what Star Wars Hunters is.
Okay, so Hunters is out, and it's a battle royale. Okay. Yeah, it's already out. It's free on mobile and I believe the Switch, and it's a kind of like a battle royale. Think Overwatch. If you're familiar with that. So that's out. The Knights of the Old Republic was it's scrapped at this point, but it was a remake, or it was what they call it? Not a reimagining. It was I get what you're saying. I know. Yeah, exactly same thing with Dark Forces. So Dark Forces.
It was like
remastered. Thank you.
Yeah.
They just remastered Bounty Hunters, which is amazing. It's out and it's out playable. It's all good. Cool. So Knights of the Republic and Dark Forces was a remastered. I don't know if those are ever coming out. Jedi 3, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's the same thing.
I'm assuming it's Fallen Order. I assume it's the third.
Oh, could be. Yes.
And 2 is out.
And Eclipse was announced back in 2022.
Eclipse looked incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
even I wanted to buy that video game, and I do not play games. It looked amazing.
And that was supposed to be a High Republic era video game set, and it still could. You know, video games go into production. It's just almost as long as movies anymore, but even longer, right? So,
Rhino Hobbies, glad that Jedi Survivor is coming to PS4. It's coming to PS4 and Xbox One, I think.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited for Outlaws in the gaming world. That looks great. I think the only thing about it is, and I did a little report on it, was the pricing. You know, it was $80 for the base game, and it goes all the way to $130 for like everything. And it was like, God, like, come on, man.
Baby,
you know, they get you everywhere with Star Wars. You know,
but Eclipse. If any of you if you haven't seen the trailer for Eclipse, go look at the trailer for Eclipse. It is
the only problem with that, Scott. That's not gameplay, right? It was a trailer. It was
of course not. Of course not.
Right. So, but you're right. The feel and everything looks amazing. That's why I waited for Outlaws to see gameplay, and I was like, I'm in. Like 2 seconds in, I was like, I'm in. It's great.
Yeah.
We are an open world. It's an open world Star Wars game set in between Empire and Return. You know what I mean? Where you get quests from Jabba the Hutt, right? Like that's cool. That's cool. So, but you mentioned animation, and we'll kind of close this off with that. Is that I am expecting, and the fandom is expecting the new animation project that was
Young Jedi Adventures Season 2.
Not that one. Not that one. Which is actually pretty good. You know, if you have little ones, it's actually pretty. It's decent. It's not like where I'm going to sit there and watch it, but I've watched
Resistance.
It's not Resistance.
Yeah.
But I knew brand new. Well, let's just put it this way: brand new content. Same old. I think with the new animation that's being taught, because is essentially a Bad Batch or Clone Wars continuation of Bad Batch, where it's just like where Asajj Ventress, we might be following Asajj Ventress, Quinlan Voss, and Omega, and Omega into the world of the Path, which was introduced in Kenobi, about smuggling Force users through utilizing again Asajj and Ventress and Quinlan Voss, but also getting more backstory on Asajj and how she survived and all that stuff too. So that would be awesome. It's
can't dangle that carrot and not follow through with it.
It's all but confirmed as far as like the rumors, and it's hit critical mass. You know what I mean? And D23 should be the place where because there is an animation studio, and it should be the place where
about a year ago.
Oh yeah. And the actress that voiced Asajj was all about excited for the future. And they hinted it in Tales of the Empire about the Path, right? You know, there are things that are pointing. Everybody's pointing to it. So we'll have a brand new animation to consume. I am excited for that, because it's going away from the clones in a sense that of their story. Now we're going to be using them, but it's also going to be the purpose of this Path. And again, if it's all true,
I have no doubt. Right. I have no doubt this is where we'll see Captain Rex and Commander Cody in the future. This is built for them, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for it, man. Like I said, whenever we get Gregor, Rex, and Wolf, and maybe their story moving forward to that, you know, when they got their ad and goes into Rebels, right? So, So this Outlaws is essentially like Red Dead Redemption. It's like Arkham Asylum. It's those open worlds that we could do. You have your main quest, but you also have a lot of side quests. There is a space exploration to it. There's space things, taking off and landing on planets. It's actually shaping up to be pretty good. You know, the only problem again is the pricing, but I mean, that's video games these days. You know, they're not cheap anymore. You know, so
what platforms is that going to be on?
Outlaws, I think it's on. It's definitely on PC, and I want to say it's on PS4.
Is it? Because I've got a PS4. I don't have a 5.
I think it's 5
or PS5. Yeah, because it's
a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe, and Xbox. I believe it's on all platforms except for.
But it still may though, Scott, just due to popularity of those type of games.
Yeah.
And the PS4 still has stuff coming out for it. So,
all right,
could be. Yeah.
So if it's out for PS4, I might actually. It's a game I might actually buy because it looks pretty incredible.
I want to stream it because I'm a PC gamer, and
you would do that on our Discord channel, right?
I could do it on our Discord channel, which if you want, you could grab it and
What?
put it in the link there for anybody to join up and carry the conversation over.
Yeah.
So I definitely could do that because I don't know how YouTube does the copyright thing. I know everybody does it, but we tend to do something
more gaming on Twitch.
Yeah. I know. I definitely
that you won't have a problem.
Yeah.
To game, and could throw new people over to Sarlacc.
Yeah. No, Joey, it's not like Madden. Oh, if it's Madden's greater than
he wants Madden more than Outlaw.
Yeah, no, Joey. Madden.
Are you even a Star Wars fan? Are you even a Star Wars fan?
Madden was good in the 90s, like maybe 90, I would say 2000 what Madden was like probably at the peak, but
Madden still is.
All right. I just dropped the link to our Discord channel as an invite for everybody. So please drop into the Discord channel and, give us.
We're in there, and drop, stuff, whatever you want to talk about as far as like, our toy channels in there for our toy chest, everything Star Wars and collectibles. I know that Julie had mentioned something up in the top there, way in the top, and I didn't get to it. Sorry, Julie. But it was in that collectible realm. So
not that one. I'll find it.
It was way up there. It was early.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I meant to do it, but we got into like D23 slate stuff, and but it'd be a perfect place to talk collectibles also, and see what we're coming up with when our shows drop. Because every other Monday we drop our toy chest, and then we've been dropping a live Beyond the Pit, which was we talked about Deadpool, Wolverine. Who knows? We might even do a huge G.I. Joe extravaganza might be coming.
I have plans.
I mean, it's something that we get a little bit out of it's still in our comfort zone, but it's out of the realm of Star Wars because there's Star Wars and there's everything else. But I think that's it, guys, as far as like our anticipation for D23, which is the next big event. What next Wednesday, I'm sure we'll have everything to break down. I'm hoping for a sizzle reel. I'm hoping for trailers. I'm hoping for something that keeps the Star Wars train hype, because again, 2025 doesn't have a lot of stuff slated besides Andor 2, which I don't care what Chris says. It's one of the best Star Wars contents out there.
Absolutely.
So
pen drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I
was
mean?
Serious, man. He dropped the pen on that shit.
And I don't drop this pen.
No. That's a fancy pen.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll have to see it again. And I'm actually anxious to see the entire slate for Disney Plus. Like
Same.
Marvel, what they're doing.
Yeah.
Santo 14 checking in. Are you guys going to Frankenstein's Meetup? That is the Toy Migos. When is that, Ernie?
August 31st. We had questions over on the Fallen Fett Chronicles. I know you and Mooch have made it. Moocher and Joey have made it over before.
Yeah.
So the guys were wondering if you guys wanted to join us as well. So they can talk Star Wars with you guys. We will be doing that August 31st. It's a Saturday at Frankensons. And it's a nice way to meet up and talk to.
Oh, it's great!
Followers.
I've been to a couple, and it's awesome.
I've never been. I'd love to go, and this far in advance, I can schedule it. So that's
Moocher has missed one, and then hand out stickers, get to talk with everybody, and like that, and then we roam the aisles.
We go,
and then we usually go eat
somewhere
and drink and continue the conversation. So
I'll see if I can get some giveaways to give to people too.
That'd
be kind of fun. I've got so many of those damn comics,
and I'm sure I'll need a ride because I'm sure I won't have a car by then. Still,
I got you, bro. I got you.
All right, man, count us in. I want to go again. I thought it was fun. I think last year I had the car issue too, so that's why I couldn't go.
Yeah. I think that was the first one you missed. So definitely.
We see Ernie drink so much that we have to stop and get a smooth, a softie from McDonald's.
We get
as long as I can get some coffee. As long as I can get some coffee on the way down, I'm good.
Oh yes, then you'll be fine. Yeah. So we do meet everybody, say hi, what's up, and everything like that. And then we walk the aisles and we go eat. Santo has been there. Rhino.
I met Mervine there.
Nice.
Yeah. Lots of, so just cross connecting the shows and everything. So
I don't have anything on my calendar. So,
pretty cool.
I'm going to schedule.
Let's go, man.
Pencil it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. stay tuned to my Instagram, and we'll put up the time and the time to get
we'll
there.
Remind
like
everybody.
that, definitely.
We'll remind on a weekly basis up until that too. Yeah, no, dude, that'd be awesome. Janobi said, "I'm a happy girl. I found a 4.5-foot clone trooper custom, and it's on its way to Alaska. Awesome, Julie. Of course, you know,
nice.
We want to see pics because we'll update our toy chest showcase with that. Heck yeah.
Our Alaska crew is strong because Lax Sivrak also he's from Alaska as well.
Nice.
Yes, we're huge in Alaska.
We're huge in Alaska. Yeah.
Huge in Alaska.
Huge.
Yes.
But yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, Ernie. So take us out of here, man. And of course, I just want to say, I know you're going to say this anyway, but next week Ernie celebrates his 100th episode on the Fallen Fat Chronicles.
Thank you, man.
And I will be checking in if I can hop on. I'll definitely hop on just
Please
to wave and say hi, man, because that's a great feat.
Please, I'll send you guys the link. Come hop on over. So I'm letting you know now. I will definitely be late over here, but yes, we will be 100 episodes, milestone for everybody, of course.
Awesome.
Anytime you hit those hundreds, it's a lot, or you make the next step in your YouTube thing.
That's right.
So it's been very cool, nice ride, and we will be doing that next week. I greatly appreciate if you guys were there, 100 episode, and join us.
Yep.
And then we got lots of stuff going on, partying and guests and talk, maybe some games and so forth. So
LFG.
100. Marcus E will be dropping his second question. Joey, I'm going to drop the link. If you have a chance, man, that'd be great. Joey's been to the meetups as well too. So again, that's Toy Migos 4th annual meetup. We share all the love though, of course, and we go to Frank and Sons and do it. Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, you know, I can eat 40 nuggets, no problem.
You can?
Yes,
for reals.
Of course.
I cannot. I cannot.
It's not even a question. It's not even a question, dude.
Okay.
I have a problem.
I could, but then I'd be in the bathroom for an hour.
Well,
so
like I said,
want to talk about that.
I might not make it, but I'll eat it. I'll eat 40 nuggets. Sweet and sour sauce, 40 nuggets. Oh my
God. I got dinner tonight.
Oh God, no. Sweet and sour, dude.
Barbecue all the way.
That's why you guys can't eat. That's why you guys can't eat 40 nuggets.
Because we're eating a barbecue?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You need that sweet and savory, man, to get.
Stay
to really
tuned,
get
and we'll see who does more. We'll
in fact, I might even show up to your 100 with 40 nuggets and just.
Okay.
My stomach do it.
Kind of turned a little.
That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Yeah, and then Mooch every so often while you're just there and everybody's chatting, hold up and just be like,
yep.
The number 20. Just so we know, 30. Yeah, that'd be
okay.
great.
I think we got to ban Marcus E now. I mean, he's brand new to the account. But I think we
really threw that monkey wrench in that one. That's
I mean, we liked you until that moment, man, and now it's like, oh Lord, honey mustard.
I like me some sweet and sour. I mean, it's barbecue all the way. Do you
barbecue
like honey mustard, some sweet and sour?
No.
Barbecue.
You guys don't know how to McDonald's.
I don't even use ketchup. I put barbecue sauce on everything.
All right.
I get mad when I see people with ketchup of chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
This side of my body is a chicken nugget.
Right? Is all chicken nuggets?
What's the other side? Is it pizza?
It's probably Little Caesars.
Little
Caesars.
I'm there too. God, I love me some Little Caesars. They're getting expensive now too.
What that is.
The one by our house, Ernie, dude, is amazing.
I don't even know who Joey is anymore. I don't know what
Chick-fil-A sauce.
I don't know what that is.
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
They're
not open on Sundays. I don't go to Chick.
Julie with the honey mustard. Okay,
see,
no.
Janobi's up there with Marcus.
On your side, Janobi. I was on your side, and now I gotta ban you too. I'm kidding, of course.
All right, Lack. Now you're trolling.
What the hell? What the hell?
Now it's ridiculous. All right.
No.
All right.
So see, come over to this craziness, all of the Fallen Fett Chronicles. Is we crazy like this and debate on food to everything else. Then we check out here in the Sarlacc Digest.
We need a Star Wars cooking show now. I mean, we've got a Star Wars everything else show. We had
the drink show. We did a drink show.
We did do a drink show that we got taken off of YouTube because of copyright.
Does it really? That was a great show.
Yeah, because remember we had the radio on in the background, and you two picked up every song that was in the background.
My bad. Just trying to have a good time.
We'll do it again. We just have to do it again. That's all.
Does it still exist? Is it still up there at all, or is it gone?
It's all up there. I think I just muted it all.
Did you?
I think no. I honestly, I think I took them down because I had them muted all.
Why bother?
Yeah,
right.
So we'll just have to do it again. That's all.
Yeah, I'm down
for sure.
Trust me, I'm always down for
Marcus. You said, I mean, again, we always go by what the pit wants. He says cooking show. Yeah, and Blue New. Yeah, wow. I have the Galaxy's Edge cookbook. We have the drink cookbook.
So do
I. I think it'd be fun.
Oh hell,
we should definitely schedule that in too. Yeah, for sure.
That'd be fun. Meet up at Chris's house. We'll use his grill. We'll dirty up his kitchen.
That's right.
Sounds great.
He got the griddle, big house. So he's like, we just turn.
Yes,
do it up. I'm down. I like to eat. I'm down.
Let's do it for sure.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So there it is. There's our ideas for some upcoming brand new extra content that you always find here. You can't see all that past content that we have on here because we did have drinking shows and other the ones that we talk about, like the toy box that goes on Mondays. There's also been Live Beyond the Pits. Deadpool and Wolverine was a great movie.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So check out that last episode as well. And then come back here next week and we'll go over all the D23 stuff. More Fallen Pet Chronicles love. Shout out to Yoko. If you are going, hit up Rock Love. They have the brand new Build-A-Saber necklace that they debuted at Comic-Con that will also be there as well too. You take the test and it tells you, just like the Savvy's Build-A-Saber, you take the test and see if you're power and control or which one you are, and you can actually put your own necklace together of your own lightsaber.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, really cool. That's over at Rock Love. So she'll be in the house over there. So go say hello, and then we'll come back next week and talk about all the D23 drops and posters. And when you just can't wait, yes, that Discord link is in there. Join us over there for all Be Brand New. You know, that's your link. You got to get invited. Say hello. Hit us up on our Facebook page if you've missed it or you need another one, and we'll gladly send you one over there. Then don't forget to check out our Instagram and TikTok, all of our toy reviews and everything that Scott hits up. Our number one promoter on this show is Tashi Station Emporium. Got some brand new boxes that you're going to need for all of your Star Wars figures.
Look at that. That's
awesome?
Is that a scanning crew box?
Look at
mine's filled with Tashi Station Emporium stands.
Or maybe you want different color Tatooine boxes. I don't know. It's crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Brand new Tashi Station Emporium. Follow them on Instagram and the brand new shows on YouTube as well. Put your order in for all your figure stand needs or everything that you need.
Look at those bad boys.
Look at
that. Look at that.
I have all my retros on there. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Same. You got to. I got all mine right here too.
Oh yeah, and the retros are great,
makes
dude.
Them look so good. Yeah.
Now I need him to start producing some stuff for Hot Toys.
I've got more than one. I've got several requests for Death Star walls for Hot Toys.
Just waiting for my Jabba's floor. My Jabba's floor. And then we can start everything. Yeah. This way we can put his throne on it.
Yeah, there's so much.
Rhino, you can hide spice in them, whatever you want. It's definitely there. Yeah,
this is my spice filled.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, there it is. So find these over there on TashiStationEmporium.com. You can find the link below as well. Don't forget to join the brand new YouTube channel as well, as Moocher gets into all his projects and everything that he loves to do on the side. We promise he won't scare you with horror talk. That's a whole nother
No, I reserve that.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah. That will come up. Don't worry.
I'm actually going to have E. Blake Makes on a live stream next. Are
you guys going to go at it?
Yeah. We're gonna.
Nice.
I invited him on, and he's going to come on, and we're going to talk shop and do a live stream. So
shoot me over so I can promote it.
100%. Yeah. Anybody who doesn't know, you sure will know his work very soon.
D. Blake Makes. Treat yourself.
D. Blake Makes. The ones that we have the G.I. Joe 3D printed. Yeah. I have them over there in my decals.
signs for all your collection.
Yeah.
I will tag you on his page as soon as we're done with this.
Oh, right.
D.
Okay,
Blake makes. Yeah.
D. Blake
I've had him on the show many a time too, and then like that.
Yeah.
So,
we're gonna do a live
awesome,
stream
Butcher.
on the Tashi Station Emporium YouTube. So make sure you're over there, subscribe, and everything. Link is in the description below. Also, we got so much. We got like a great community of people.
Yeah.
I love it. I love sharing it. It's great to reach out and get any like in our circle, like anybody who does something, you can like, hey, we've got people that do things all over the place, and I love it.
Yeah.
And we got a place to stay in Alaska when we go. So
speaking of our good crew, shout out to Chris and Joey who are not here tonight. And you know what? Happy birthday to Fanboy Mike. It's Mikey's birthday today. So happy birthday, Fanboy Mike. We love you. We miss you. And since we're shouting out long distance 25 members
all over again.
What's up, Force Ghost John? We need to see you. We need another movie to see.
We've had people, some founders of the Sarlacc Digest. Fanboy Mike hasn't been a presence on here in a long time, but we still are in communication with him, and we still love him. So happy birthday! If you see this, Fanboy,
happy birthday, Mikey. Love you. I hope you had a great day. Don't understand how you still look the same as high school, but oh well. Right? Those are the breaks.
Weird.
Yeah.
No, he does look
like we
exactly
said,
the same.
Yeah. Shout out to Joey down there in the chat tonight, and Chris. We will see you guys next week. And then don't forget, episode 100 coming up for the Fallen Fett Chronicles. I definitely appreciate that. I hope to see you guys there. And then, if you're here in SoCal, for all the members of the pit and those asking, we'll make it happen and make sure that Sarlacc Digest is also at the Toy Migos meetup at Frankensons, which will be going down August 31st.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Do you know what restaurant you guys going to this time?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But we will let everybody know as soon as we do.
We take over that restaurant.
Is it Taco Bell?
We do. No Taco Bell. We've done we've done the Korean barbecue was last year.
Let's do that again.
And what was the one where I almost got kicked out? Was that Dave and Buster's?
I don't know about Dave and Buster's, but I know.
How the hell do you get kicked out of Dave and Buster's? That place
they
is
didn't
already
bring my food.
insane.
We did BJ's restaurant.
BJ's. BJ's was good. Yeah.
BJ's great.
So
it's all about the Tatanka Stout.
Join us, man, for sure. So
I'm down for Korean barbecue again, dude. Or Korean barbecue anytime. So
yeah, that's delicious. It really is, and it's cool because then we have the long tables, so we definitely take over a few, and everybody gets to chatting and everything. So
I do think this right here, because I've been to Alaska, but I ain't eating no moose kidney and bear fat.
Do they have McDonald's in Alaska? Because I'll go.
Yikes.
We'll do nugs. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much, everybody in the pit. You guys are awesome. D23. I can't wait. Let's get our ears to the ground. And Julie has joined our Discord, so we got another member in there. And I think we're done, guys, with that. We're done. So. We said a lot today. We said a lot.
All right. Keep it nerdy, everybody. Join our Discord. Check out our Facebook group. Check out our Instagram. Check out our TikTok. But, as always, just freaking keep it nerdy, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.